Thank you, frame 8, Steve Maguire to play. Thank you.
Maguire 3 down with a possible 4 to play. But his opponent hopes this is the last frame of the match. Well, that was a misjudgment, and it could have been an awful lot worse than that. Pot success, Robertson, still up in over 90%. He's played pretty well. Steve Maguire's 80, it was in the high 60s at one point, so he's got better, but there's not going to be enough, that standard, to win this match. He's annoyed because he's potted the red and he just hit it much too firmly, I think. Whether it bounced high off the cushion, I don't know, but he didn't mean to be coming the other side of the baulk line, not on the shot which he thought he'd get. He takes the green in the middle. The angle is certainly not unnatural to get down for red. He's coming away from the reds.
Yellow ball. Steve Maguire, 1.
Different kind of atmosphere in here now because it's the only match being played, and it's been a very busy arena over the last 8 or 9 days. Not only in the sports hall where there were matches, but there were 4 tables on the go in here up until Tuesday. But there's a kind of hush around the place. Just one match on. Oh. Well, terrible misjudgment, John.
Yep. That's not one of his best safeties. Caught the red much too thin. That's why he caught the other one on the way back. And worse of all, he's left a chance. He's left a pot on here for Neil Robertson. And he can't afford any more mistakes, Stephen Maguire.
That was pretty much an unforced error. Maguire wasn't in a lot of trouble there or anything like that. He just played it very badly. He swerved it away from the object ball. That wasn't one of Robertson's best either, though. Mind you, that was a good shot. Stun run through, close to it. Sometimes difficult to get the run through on those.
6.
Well played.
Seven.
Well, there's only appears to be one red that's available. He's a little bit thin on the blue. But you'd think he'd be looking to try and bring other reds into play. Can he pot the yellow and come round off 2 cushions? Or can he screw directly into the reds? That's what he's attempted. and he'll be pleased with the result.
Yes,
9.
certainly, John. The 2 reds that he hit have both become potable. Nothing else moved in the bunch of reds.
10.
Same problem though, not quite right on the blue. He's going to take another good shot to be on a red. Playing with left-hand side, running the cue ball round. Well,
15.
luck has run out there.
Neil Robertson, 15.
The flick on the brown hasn't helped. He's left Neil a chance of this long red. I think that he can find the path without doing a lot behind the black and the 4 reds just to the left of the black. So we'll go back up for the blue. Well, there's a surprise. So I had to do a little bit more with the pot than I expected, and it caused him to miss it by quite a distance. Looking the way he played it, he tried to play a cannon on the reds to the left of the black and bring the black into play. And having missed the red by so far, he's lucky not to leave something a little bit easier than this. I expect Stephen to pot this red, but being a thin contact, he will be losing track of the cue ball. It looks as though the black just goes, but he can't hold for the black, such is the thinness of this cut.
One.
Just managed to stop short of the baulk line. Now has he got an angle on the blue? Not much of one. But that's where it came in handy, that red near the baulk line. Didn't have to do anything for position.
6. Seven.
Well, he's got a nice angle on the blue if he wanted to play the cannon, but we know the black goes. I'd rather be maybe trying to get the black on its spot and clear those reds before trying to disturb something, but he's playing low, so he must be playing the cannon. No, he has played for the loose red. He played it low because he was playing a drag shot. Now, has he held it? Can he pot this red just below the black?
12.
It's tight.
Yeah, chance he
18.
could get to the potting angle. He had the natural to play on the black. But the 5 reds, either there's a plant there or he has to go into them. I think this time he's got the angle to go into them, but if there is a 2-ball set on, that might be the way he goes. Well, that's not a very kind split of the bunch. I can't see what he did wrong there. To me, he's played that perfectly. He's gone in between the 2 reds. Just not run very kindly.
Yeah, and it's the type of shot, it's easy to say play with a bit more pace, but then you're knocking reds towards the side cushion, which is what he didn't want to do. He wanted to leave the reds in the middle of the table. Well, probably played a pot on this red that's just the other side of the blue, but it's a tough pot. I think that's his mindset. If he gets a chance, try and win the frame in one visit. Well, he played it with an element of
Stephen Maguire,
safety.
20.
But disappointed as he goes back to his seat. He didn't make more of that opportunity.
One.
Well, beautiful pot from Neil Robertson, but it'll infuriate Stephen Maguire that he was left it in the first place. There's the reaction. The majorette with the cue.
I think they call it tablecop. What is it? What's the word they got? Caber tossing.
8.
I'm glad I didn't finish that one off.
Spoonerisms is dangerous, isn't it? Yeah, well.
Thank you.
I think you're disappointed about the previous shot, John, anyway. You know, it might be his last shot, actually, in all seriousness, mightn't it?
9.
Wow, has he lost this cue ball to the point where he
60.
can't pot a ball? He's on the one he's close to, but it's not what he played. He can't believe he's run through. What has he done wrong here? Just gone a bit too high on the ball and stunned the cue ball through too far. He could have probably dropped it in and got in behind that red if he'd have wanted to. Well, he's put himself under pressure on the next. I'm sure he's up to the job, but this is not the red he wanted to be playing. Extreme frustration
Robertson,
this
60.
time for Neil Robertson. He gave this every chance, the speed he played it, and I wasn't sure whether it would just fall in or not. But he should never have been in that position to be playing that shot.
So an unexpected reprieve for Stephen Maguire.
One.
It's a chance, a good one.
Eight. Nine.
Being on the red below the pink.
60.
Free the pink nicely.
17.
I don't think it matters which he plays, pink and black. He's going to need the 3 remaining reds with colours to absolutely clinch this frame. No reason why he shouldn't do it. But when you're 5-2 behind, every shot could be your last if you miss.
Stephen Maguire, 24.
Well, the real frustration is there, and you feel for him. Well, I hope he doesn't hurt himself doing that, because the snooker table is pretty strong. So Robertson was very quickly out of his chair there. He knew he'd had a real reprieve. Neil got himself into a bit of a tangle the previous visit to the table, and if it had cost him the frame, he'd have been getting a little bit concerned to have lost 2 in a row. He's got a chance to put all that right here and close the match out. Playing around through bulk. This looks a bit speedy.
6.
Once again, his cue ball control today has not been up to the standard we expect from him. I think he just checked to see if he could pot this red and get past the pink without going into it. Must be very close, and he couldn't.
7.
I'd love to think that he played that shot to finish topside of the blue, but going into the pink about quarter ball, I don't think he really had much of a clue where it would finish.
Frame and match at his mercy now.
Well, it's not been his day. Has not played
18.
anywhere near the standard he can.
20.
Yeah, but we did say, didn't we, at the start of the match, these 2 heavyweights of the game, if you like, you know, and they're both great players. It is sometimes all about on the day.
23.
And taking your chances. And in the first 4 frames, Stephen Maguire got a chance in the first frame, didn't make the most of it, and then didn't really get much of an opportunity after that. Was more or less frozen out from good play from Neil Robertson. Not great breaks, just a couple of 50s, but it was enough. It was good, hard match snooker.
Yeah, you're right. The first 4 frames were what this match were all about. Since then, not been of the highest standard, but I think Neil Robertson will be quite relieved, because he hadn't played all that well in the last 2 to 3 frames, but when it matters most, that's why he's the world #1. Generous handshake, Stephen Maguire beaten, but Neil Robertson pretty pleased. He's through to the semi-finals comfortably in the end, 6 frames to 2.